Welcome back to Insanity That Makes Sense. Just in case you hadn't been watching the news lately, the most adamant, arrogant, self-conceited governor in the country is now making his way through South Carolina. And what made me think is the beginning of the 2028 presidential campaign. Every time you see his smile, he looks like a conniving, slimy snake in the grass. This truly is a total waste of time. Why? Because let's just look at his record. It seems like everything that Gavin Newsome does is his idea. For instance, during the wildfires back in the first Trump presidency, the president told Gavin Newsome that he should do what other countries do. We'll cut down a huge section of trees in the forest so that if there is a fire, the fire will not be able to spread. Gavin just sat there, and from his body language, you could read on his face, "I'm not gonna do that," as he smirked and looked with that arrogant look. Donald Trump also said that he has to get water to the lower part of California. This never happened. But what happened was California literally burned to the ground. But first, during 2020, as he kept Disneyland, the #1 tourist attraction, as well as everything else out there, closed, he was hosting a party at the French Laundry. It's a funny story. A lady was there with her friend at the French Laundry and asked the waitress, "Is that who I think it is?" The waitress said, "Yes, that's the governor who was making everyone wear masks." However, she happened to take a picture of his group. About 12 people all sitting there, not 6 feet apart, and not wearing masks. She then reported it to a local TV station in California. The TV station reported it on air. And of course, Gavin Newsome, and his perfect arrogant person that he is, said that they were outside and they were all distanced. Well, when the lady heard this, she sent the picture to the TV station and it went viral all across the country, and if not the world. Gavin Newsome was caught in his own lie, but he danced around it, as if you recall, almost all the Democrats were acting as the rules for thee, but not for me. We will have a video soon on this topic. So what if I was going to go up against Gavin Newsome and debate him? Remember, he is so arrogant, he literally let California burn to the ground. This is my playbook on how J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, or Ron DeSantis should debate Gavin Newsome in the 2028 presidential election to assure that he never makes it to the Oval Office to ruin the country just like he ruined the state of California. Thank you. That was a very nice answer, Mr. Newsome. Okay, so we're talking about immigration here. And let me just stop by saying, first of all, immigration is wonderful, but let me just ask you, aren't you the person who burned down the entire state of California? Okay? I don't understand how you think that you could possibly be the president of the United States and you weren't smart enough to stop these fires. You didn't have any water in the hydrants. You didn't plan to have any water in your reservoirs, nothing. And you want us to sit here and believe that you can run the United States of America better than you can run the state of California. Unbelievable. No one is going to vote for you. Now, this is how you debate Gavin Newsome. J.D. Vance, Ron DeSantis, Marco Rubio, whoever you get to be the Republican nominee, this is how you debate Gavin Newsome. Now watch. No matter what they ask you for a question, okay? No matter what the topic is, they can ask you about immigration. They can ask you about the policies on taxes, the crisis in Gaza. No matter what the question is, and you're debating Gavin Newsome, this is all you have to keep coming back to. They'll ask you a question about Gaza. And they'll say, please tell us what you're going to do about the Pakistanis and the Israelites and this and that. And he'll answer his question and he'll talk some stupid tossed salad response. And you'll just say, yes, we really working on the Pakistanis. And then you just have to go back to saying, Gavin, didn't you burn down California? Do you understand this? Now, have you ever heard of a man called Ted Kennedy? Yes, he also made a big freaking mistake. He wound up taking a girl home, Mary Jo Kopechne, one night in Edgartown, and he wound up killing her, okay? At Chappaquiddick, okay? And that squelched this man's hopes and dreams of ever becoming the president, okay? They always knew that he didn't have it in him. He didn't have the right judgment to become the president because he wasn't bright enough to stop and save this woman, okay? This is your Chappaquiddick, Gavin. Get used to it. You're never gonna get past the fact that you freaking burned down the entire state of California, okay? So that's your Chappaquiddick. You might as well get out of the race now because no one's gonna vote for an idiot, okay? So think about it. You're a moron, okay? So just keep coming back to that topic. Another beautiful topic about how to knock this knucklehead, moron, slickster out of the race is to keep saying, you didn't recognize that Joe Biden was a scramble brains? Come on, man. Everybody knew he was a scramble brains. And you're saying in your cognitive way he was fine, he was beautiful? Come on. All right, so now we're supposed to believe that you, as the, person in charge of the whole military and you're in charge of everything, you're going to be able to see Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping coming down the freaking Avenue of the Americas with a neutron bomb and going down to New Orleans in the Mardi Gras with a freaking MS missile? You wouldn't see it. You wouldn't recognize it because you're too stupid to recognize that the President of the United States, Joe Biden, couldn't add 2 and 2 together without a freaking bum on his head. The guy was a freaking absolute nightmare. Couldn't even freaking walk up the stairs. And you're so stupid you couldn't realize that? How are we going to let you protect our country when you couldn't recognize that Joe Biden's brains were so scrambled? We're going to let you have the nuclear football and notice that the freaking Russians are coming? Come on. Just keep coming back to these points and make sure that you ram down the American people's throat that Gavin Newsome is an absolute idiot, a moron, and he actually burned down the entire state of California. That's the biggest faux pas in political history. The guy's an idiot. He gave all the money that they have in California. He's got people shooting up on the streets. He's giving away all the money to illegal immigrants so they can have health care. Can you believe this? Giving away all the money to illegals that don't even belong here, and he's giving them all free health care. This is the man you want to run your country? He's going to run it into the ground. He's so stupid. Why would you vote for him? So thank you. This is how you debate Gavin Newsome in any event that you go against that Gavin Newsome piece of crap. If you can't beat Gavin Newsome in a debate and beat him in any race that he goes up against, then you're not a real politician. You don't have what it takes either. So I could beat Gavin Newsome in a debate and make him run off the stage crying and wetting his pants. Okay? Thanks for watching my show. Please subscribe to my station, and we'll see you next time on Insanity That Makes Sense. God bless America.